Howdy everyone. Welcome to Keep Math Easy. A ball is thrown downward at an initial speed of 20 meters per second from the top of a cliff. What is the speed and velocity of the ball 8 seconds later? So with any physics problem, it is best practice to write out our known variables and the variables that we are trying to solve for. So we know that v initial is negative 20 meters per second because the problem tells us. We don't know what v final is. We know that acceleration is negative 9.8 meters per second squared because gravity is the only force acting on the ball in this problem. And we know that time is 8 seconds. So part A of this problem asks, what is the speed and velocity of the ball after 8 seconds? So we need to use our v final formula, which tells us that v final equals v initial plus acceleration times time. We know v initial, we know acceleration, and we know time. So we simply have to plug them in. V initial is negative 20 meters per second. Acceleration is negative 9.8 meters per second squared, and time is 8 seconds. Now we simply need to plug this into our calculator, and when we do that, 9.8 times 8 is 78.4. So negative 20 minus 78.4 gives us negative 98.4 meters per second. So that is the answer for velocity after 8 seconds. And if you recall, speed only tells us how fast an object is moving and not anything about direction. So speed is always positive. So speed after 8 seconds is positive 98.4 meters per second. Part B of this problem says, how far does the ball travel and what is the displacement? So we need to use some different formulas for this. And there are two formulas we can use for this. The first formula says displacement equals v initial times time plus 1/2 acceleration times time squared. The other formula says displacement equals 1/2 quantity v initial plus v final times t. I typically like to use this second equation because it's a little bit simpler, provided that we have all the variables. So now we simply need to plug in our known numbers. So we get 1/2 v initial is negative 20 meters per second, and v final is negative 98.4 meters per second times time, which is 8 seconds. Combining these two numbers gives us negative 118.4 meters per second. And now if we plug this into our calculator, 1/2 times 118.4 times 8 is negative 473.6 meters. And that is our displacement. Now the problem also asks how far the ball traveled. So that is another way of asking for the distance. And if you recall, distance only tells us how far an object has traveled and not any information about direction. So distance is always positive. So distance is 473.6 meters.